Get ready, fight fans. We're diving headfirst into the latest drama shaking up the combat sports world. UFC commentator Jon Anik is admitting it hasn't been a great few weeks for the promotion, with even loyal fans starting to voice their frustration. We're breaking down the growing dissatisfaction and what it means for the future of the octagon. Next up, Jorge Masvidal is spilling the tea. He reveals he was almost on Jake Paul's MVP boxing card, but the UFC had other plans. What could this mean for Gamebred's next move, and why did he turn down a big Netflix offer? We've got the inside scoop. And the fighter pay controversy is heating up. UFC veteran Matt Brown is scoffing at the idea that the promotion is feeling threatened by the ongoing debate. Is the UFC truly immune to backlash, or is this a sign of cracks forming? We're exploring all sides. We've got all these explosive stories and more, bringing you the most talked about moments in combat sports. Don't miss a single second of the action. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell to stay in the loop.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
UFC's rough patch. Jon Anik confesses fan frustration grows. The Ultimate Fighting Championship is facing a period of mounting fan discontent, with even long-time supporters expressing dissatisfaction with recent events and matchmaking. Play-by-play commentator Jon Anik, speaking on the Anik and Florian podcast, acknowledged that the promotion it hasn't been a great few weeks. He shared insights from legendary coach Ray Longo, who noted a significant shift in fan engagement over the past decade, lamenting that audiences are no longer as captivated by UFC cards as they once were. Longo pointed to fighter reluctance to accept fights without adequate pay, leading to less compelling matchups. Anik echoed these sentiments, admitting that even major fights on recent cards failed to generate significant buzz, highlighting the challenge of consistently delivering thrilling content with a high volume of events. He expressed hope for a turnaround with UFC 327, which features a stacked card, including Jiří Procházka versus Carlos Ulberg and Joshua Van defending his flyweight title, aiming to reignite fan excitement after a lackluster period. Fans are flooding social media with their takes, with many agreeing that the UFC's recent fight cards have lacked the excitement of past years. Analysts are debating whether this dip in fan engagement is a temporary lull or a more significant trend. But is this dip in fan interest a sign of deeper issues within the promotion? Stay tuned as we uncover Jorge Masvidal's surprising near-miss with a major boxing event. Jorge Masvidal's near-boxing debut, UFC's other plans revealed. Jorge Masvidal, a prominent name in recent UFC history, has revealed that he was on the verge of competing in a major boxing match for Jake Paul's MVP promotion, but was ultimately blocked by the UFC. Masvidal stated on his podcast that he received a very good, nice offer from Netflix to fight on the upcoming card, but the UFC intervened, citing their own plans for him. This news comes after Masvidal's retirement from MMA following a boxing loss to Nate Diaz. The UFC, while not fully releasing him, has controlled his approved boxing opponents. Masvidal expressed his disappointment, having desperately wanted to take the fight, but indicated he trusts the UFC's good plan for his future. This revelation sparks speculation about potential future matchups for Gamebred, especially given recent events like his withdrawal from a grappling match just before Nate Diaz was announced for the MVP card. The combat sports community is buzzing with speculation about who the UFC might have in mind for Masvidal's return. Fans are eager to see if this signals a significant comeback for the former BMF champion. Could this UFC plan involve a blockbuster return to the octagon? Next, we tackle the heated debate around fighter pay with Matt Brown's strong opinions. Matt Brown dismisses UFC breaking point over fighter pay concerns. UFC veteran Matt Brown has dismissed the notion that the promotion is nearing a breaking point due to ongoing fighter pay controversies, despite high-profile athletes like Ronda Rousey and Jon Jones voicing grievances. Brown argued on the Fighter vs. the Writer podcast that the UFC remains the dominant force in combat sports, with its vast roster and consistent event schedule ensuring continued audience engagement, even if matchups aren't always perceived as best versus best by hardcore fans. He acknowledged Jon Jones's complaint about a $15 million offer for a potential fight, especially when compared to figures reportedly paid to less accomplished boxers, but maintained that the UFC's overall business model is too robust to be significantly threatened by individual disputes. Brown emphasized that the UFC has successfully built a powerful brand capable of drawing viewers regardless of specific matchups, citing their history of creating stars and their exclusive contracts as key strengths. He suggested that only a major lawsuit with injunctive relief could potentially open the market and challenge the UFC's dominance. Otherwise, the promotion is likely to continue its trajectory. Fans are divided, with some agreeing with Brown's assessment of the UFC's power, while others believe the growing discontent over fighter compensation is a serious issue that cannot be ignored indefinitely. But if the UFC isn't at a breaking point, what does the future hold for fighter compensation? We'll wrap up with a rapid-fire recap of all today's top stories. Matt Brown scoffs at UFC breaking point amidst fighter pay debate. Veteran UFC fighter Matt Brown has publicly stated that the promotion is nowhere near a breaking point regarding fighter pay disputes, despite increasing criticism from athletes and fans. Appearing on the Fighter vs. The Writer podcast, Brown argued that the UFC's status as the premier combat sports organization, combined with its deep roster and consistent output of events, makes it largely immune to the kind of pressure that would force significant changes in compensation. He referenced the cases of Ronda Rousey and Jon Jones, acknowledging their valid complaints, but asserting that the UFC's business model is too strong to be swayed by individual grievances. Brown pointed out that while fighters like Jones may feel undervalued, the UFC has a proven track record of developing and promoting talent, ensuring that there are always new stars to captivate audiences. He suggested that the promotion's dominance is so profound that only a major legal challenge, like a lawsuit seeking injunctive relief, could potentially disrupt their hold on the market. Otherwise, the status quo is likely to persist. Commentators and fans are debating Brown's perspective, with some agreeing that the UFC's market position is unassailable, while others argue that sustained pressure regarding fighter pay could eventually lead to concessions. Is the UFC truly untouchable in the face of these ongoing debates? Get ready for our lightning round outro, where we recap all the biggest stories of the day. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. Jon Anik admitted the UFC has had a rough few weeks, Jorge Masvidal revealed the UFC blocked a boxing match, and Matt Brown isn't convinced the UFC is at a breaking point over fighter pay. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, leave a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social channels for more exclusive content.